Hello, welcome back. This is episode 209 of NooBTooB, a weekly independent podcast where we are wearing the most ghetto headset I've ever seen. What is that?
We're trying to fix our headsets. We bought new headsets, and we tried to plug them in. We wasted an hour tonight. They don't work. So I tried wrapping gauze around the ears on the... God damn it.
They cut into our ears. These are like our original NooBTooB headsets from episode 23.
You don't understand how much pain it is to get good audio on a podcast, but also you don't care.
Yeah, you don't care. But I am Yuzo Watanabe.
And I'm Tobin Kozaire, and this week we are talking about Vanquish!
Yes!
Oh my god! Also, Kirby's Epic Yarn, Lufia, Curse of the Sinistrals, Curse of the Bad Names in video games, Rock Band 3, and Etrian Odyssey 3 that I cannot even believe is on this list.
I know. Hey, I played it.
Hold on.
What?
Did you go on a plane trip?
Perhaps.
There you go.
There you go. That's why Curse is on here, too. Yes, and our new releases include God of War Ghost of Sparta. Prequel. GoldenEye two James Bond games. Yeah. I don't even know what's in Activision's head. They're like, we're gonna do like one game a year. Like, no. We're gonna do 2 games.
Well, we should at least release them 6 months apart, such that we can get the maximum amount of money out of it. No. Let's release them the same week.
The same week.
So we're fucking idiots.
So we have GoldenEye 007 on the Wii and DS, and James Bond 007 Bloodstone. We also have Kinect and Fist of the North Star: Ken's Rage.
Yes.
Oh
shit! So, we got a donation from what's his name?
From Mark from Wisconsin.
Mark didn't send us a note or anything like what we should call him on the air, but his name is Mark, and he sent us new pimp cups.
Look at that! Look at that crown.
They say crown. You got the yellow.
I have the yellow.
I got purple gems and. Yellow man's got yellow gems.
You're purple man? So what's purple?
I got a big purple head down here and big purple.
Oh, yeah, I actually got dentures because I keep on forgetting.
This is like the biggest old man podcast ever. It's like, let me pull out my dentures. Okay,
yes, but thanks. And also he sent us some Wisconsin port.
Yes.
20% alcohol by volume.
Did not realize there were vineyards in Wisconsin.
So
thank you for informing. We're not drinking the port this time because port is 20% alcohol. A little bit of a dessert wine, and we're recording 2 episodes today.
And I have to drive home.
And you have to drive home without dying.
I think when we have a party, we'll break out the Wisconsin thing. And he also sent us some like SNES games. I'm not sure why, but. Thanks.
We appreciate the sentiment. We don't, either one of us have a working SNES anymore.
No. I probably have all these on MAME somewhere.
Yes. But thank you. For, we got this box mail. We had no idea it was coming. And like, I got a text message from Yuzo. You're just like, dude, we got new pimp cups from some random dude. So
like, dude, thanks. We were so ding or
ding.
Pimpin'. Boom.
Big pimpin'. I'm just waiting, like, all the gems are just going to start falling out. Like, all these are made, they're just basically stuck on with the tears of Chinese children.
Yeah, I know. I think there's already, like, 2 gems have already fallen off just from doing this. But it's awesome. We are pimping finally back again. But, dude, we got to get started.
Like, we got to get started?
We got to get started.
Yeah. Oh, God damn it. So,
oh no, what did I do? Well, you do that. You talk about what we're talking about.
So, we've clearly been on a 2-week vacation. Like, we fucked up all of our audio. We can't figure out our fucking timer.
Somehow I reset my timer again.
It doesn't matter.
There we go.
Anyway, Vanquish!
Holy shit!
Yes.
So we talked about the demo 2 or some weeks ago.
Yes, and what we were saying was the demo was fucking amazing. And we were both just like, I really, really hope that they can, like bring this in the game. It was so good of a demo that we're like, there's got to be something.
Well, I was worried that they wouldn't be able to hold up that level of quality and just like, sheer awesomeness.
They so did.
Oh my god.
Vanquish is the shit.
Dude, like when I played this game, I went at I was about half an hour in. I'm like, this has already made my top 5 of the year.
Yeah.
It's just pure adrenaline.
It's the overall package, right? You get in there and generally speaking, you and I play enough games that you get in the first 5 minutes, you're just like, okay, well, I don't like this and this, but I'd like this and this.
Yeah,
right?
we're analyzing
you start to pick it apart in your head, and I'm just like,
it's like slide over here.
Pick up a rocket launcher, blow some shit up, pop into the sniper mode, blow this guy up.
Yeah.
Like you're like leveling up your machine gun. The big robots are coming out, and you can hop on the back of a robot and be shooting down at people.
You have this huge ass boss. You're like, oh my god, how will they top that? And then they throw another huge boss. Oh my god, how will they top that?
Yeah.
Let's get both of them together.
Yeah.
They have to fight at the same time. I'm like, holy.
And that's the thing is what just absolutely blew my mind about this was that every time a new stage would come up, I'm like, okay, well, I get what this game is, right? I get where they're going, and all of a sudden, you're running across a bridge that's falling apart, or you're escorting a tank through an underground, like where you end up with these kind of big floating blimpy dudes that charge at your tanks.
Yeah, well, these huge brains that on legs that come out that explode into little tiny brains.
Yes.
I'm just like, what the...
And that just keeps happening. So the whole time you're playing, it starts out and you are Ultra Mega Soldier, and you're basically trying to take down.
Honestly, I'm not really sure what the story is.
Honest to God, it really doesn't matter. You and a bunch of soldiers are attacking a bunch of other bad guys.
Other soldiers
attacking.
Yeah.
So there's a big ring city, and these terrorists are attacking.
Actually, it's just like Halo's city or world.
Actually, it is,
but inside out. So instead of being on the outside, you're on the inside.
And that's actually just like a book by Larry Niven called Ringworld.
Yes, absolutely.
So if you guys want to be literate for 5 seconds, go read Ringworld by Larry Niven. It is fucking awesome.
It's really good.
Not so much with the 25 sequels. They got less and less good.
Yeah.
There's vampires at one point.
What bullshit?
I shit you not.
No.
Yes.
I think I read like the first 2.
You should stop there.
Okay.
Or stop at the first 1.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, it's like the story, the only complaint I could probably have is just like, it's kind of like overblown. I don't know what's going on. But it's so short, right?
Matter.
It doesn't matter because I'm just like, oh, okay, here's a cutscene. I'm like, oh shit, I'm playing again. Right?
And the cutscenes are generally just like, hey, this is like the girl, and she's just like, shit's coming down this way. You need to go that way. I was like, done.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm not even thinking about why I'm doing it. I'm not thinking about the overall theme. I mean, like the voice acting's fine. All this stuff is fine. It's just like that is not why you're playing. You're playing to be given a reason to charge in, guns blazing.
Yeah, and like, what I love about this game is that they didn't really start you off as a weakling. Like a lot of games, they do that, and you're like super powerful for the last 2 hours of a 16-hour game. Right? You are a badass, and every single step of the way, you become even more of a badass. Right. Because the way which I really like their weapon, because this is something I haven't really seen before. They have a weapon upgrade system that's either ammo or upgrades.
Right.
So if you don't use, and I didn't quite get it at first because I'm like, okay, if I don't use my weapon, it gets upgraded.
Right.
Because what happens, you find something, and
it's always full.
It's always full, right? It's just like, okay, I've already used it, so I'm just refilling. So you never actually make that weapon better that you're using a lot.
Right.
But if you find like a rocket launcher which you haven't shot out, it ups the every time you pick up an ammo, it upgrades it. So I'm like,
but there's also upgrade cubes, right? So you end up finding other
really
upgrade
rare.
cubes. Yeah, they're not too. And what I did also notice is that when you die, it jacks the level of all your guns down by 1.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Which is why you're always leveling up your weapons. Like
I didn't even notice that.
Actually,
maybe
it's not.
Times,
Maybe it's not always down by 1. Maybe it's if you're at the top. Because I would always crank up all my weapons so that they've got like the crown and the whatever, which is it's max. I would fucking max out.
They have a little pimp cup on the side.
Yeah,
or
that's what it was. It was just like a dude. He's like, hey. So I jacked up all my weapons to fucking.
So you actually had to hit a limit? Because I don't even remember hitting.
Yeah, there's a limit.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I think you can max them out. Each one can go up like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, because I remember getting like 4 stars, and then I hit something else after that. Was that the limit?
Probably the pimp crown.
Okay, pimp crown. Yeah, okay.
So what happens is this game is not easy at all, and as you get further on, like the boss battles will fuck you up. And a lot of the other battles will fuck you up. So what happens is that you lose your pimp cup level, your top level gun, and you gotta level.
You gotta pimp yourself back up.
Yeah.
What's really cool is like everywhere you go, there's always like ammo or I think people drop stuff, and they have this really nice element which I love is that anywhere you go, you always have people fighting around you.
Yep.
It's like kind of standard, but you can go help them.
Yeah.
Right. It's just like they go down. You see this little cross, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna power slide over to them. In the
middle of a huge firefight. There's like 70 dudes gunning. You're like sliding in, like slow-mo, whatever, and you go and the guy's down injured.
Yeah. You slap a health pack on him, he comes up, and he drops a piece of ammo. So the risk-reward is really well-tuned.
It's perfect.
So it's just like, and that's the main way, right? It's just like, I'm just going to drop ammo. I'm going to do something. What I thought was weird was they did also have things in chests, which I could, at my leisure, pick everything up afterwards. Did you find yourself doing that?
So I actually, during some battles, I would actually end up slide around to the chest and pick it up in the middle of the battle. But yeah, I mean, a lot of times I would just kind of go around afterwards.
So and that was probably weird. Like, felt weird to me because everything else was like action. I'm like, I'm gonna go clean up and upgrade all my shit for a little while.
Yeah. And so the whole thing just kind of comes down to really epic stages where you have to get your way from A to B, and a lot of times you have to figure out the best way from A to B, where it's like you'll be going up this huge hill and this big monster at the top's throwing pieces of building and fucking cars at you, and you're sliding from moment to moment, and there's different types of enemies coming in, and each of them have different weaknesses or whatever else, or sometimes big fucking stompy mechs.
Which those guys sucked. After a little while, because they would throw a bunch of those guys at you. And it was kind of weird too, because sometimes I was curious how you felt about this, but I got one shot killed a few too many times.
Really?
Yeah, because some of those big... Well, I was playing on hard. Maybe, I don't know if that was different for you or
played
not.
on normal. I feel kind of like a wuss now that you said that, though.
Well, so I would do it, and those guys that would do the missiles or whatever, or like they have some go wham like that.
When they would glow.
If that touch you die.
Oh.
No matter what.
Okay.
For me.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times, like I would spend a lot of if you get into big fights, what happens is if you have this, you can power slide, but you can also at any time go into slow mo, and you've got a little slow mo meter where you can use up as much of that.
You have to be sliding when you do that.
You go into
slide and
dodge.
Gotcha.
You do a dodge and then you go into slow mo. But if you get hit really bad, it also immediately drops you into the slow mo. And in a lot of the fights, I would get hit by those guys that probably one hit killed you, and they took me down to like 5%.
And then
you
I'd
immediately go into slow mo.
But
if you get hit again in slow mo, you're fucking toast.
Exactly. But it's almost pretty hard to get hit in slow mo. I've noticed.
Yeah.
Most of the time, what happens is
I got beat up pretty bad in slow mo sometimes.
Because usually I'd be slow mo, I'd be like boop, slide and then just slide over to some other area. Most of the times when I died, I'd be in power down mode.
Yeah.
Right? And I couldn't slide, I couldn't do everything, and I'm like out in the open.
Yeah.
And I'm like bam, bam, and I died. So
the times that I would find myself dying in slow mo is I'd be running, and then like out from a wall bursts an ultra mega tank. On that tank are 60 dudes with machine guns, and the tank's got its own gun. So I'm just like, and I go to start running. It's like they hit me. I go into slow mo. And I'm like sliding, and it's like, but dunk, 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 dunk. They're still just like, it's just like. Actually, that
happened to me on the conveyor belt level.
Yeah.
Well, we were sliding, like you basically be on the conveyor belt, passing all these big guys on freaking. I was just like,
and you'd be like trying to get behind boxes and stuff.
But I never really felt it was unfair. I mean, given that I did have a few like one hit kills and all that, it happened so rarely and whatever, and everything else was so epic. It's just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
And I mean, what I have to say is I've been playing, like I played some Star Wars Force Unleashed, which we'll talk about in a couple weeks. Playing some other stuff. And what you notice in a lot of these games is they'll spend a lot of money on level design and these other things, but what happens gameplay-wise is you feel like you're always just kind of doing the same thing from area to area. And I thought that what was so cool about this was that, like you were saying, there's a conveyor belt level where you'll be trying to hide behind boxes, and there'll be ones where you're rushing up a hill, or ones where you're going through tunnels. There's ones where you're on a machine that's going somewhere else, and dudes.
You have to go to turrets, and you have to go off turrets.
Right.
It's like it feels to me like they took all of the tropes that you see in all these other games, mixed them together so well that they're new again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this whole game just feels new. Like, it's almost like Bayonetta. When I played it, it's like, I have not played a fighting game like this before.
Yep.
I have not played a third-person shooter that has even come close to matching.
No, I mean, if I were to play this and then put Gears of War in, I would be furious.
Yeah.
Because Gears of War is interesting, right? It was a new way of doing it. But I mean, like, once I played this, I'm like, why the fuck can't I knee slide everywhere? Because it was so fluid and so perfectly done. So you kind of balance the entire battlefield.
Oh, yeah, and not only that, it's just like everything felt like I was in full control. The tactile sensation of being able to like go shh, pop up, cover, bam, 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 slide,
fighting the controller.
Bam, bam, bam. Yeah,
You're never fighting it. It was just like a piece of you.
Total freedom.
Yeah.
And it's like you never really see that kind of stuff happen. And it's just, I don't know, what are they doing? Like these Platinum game guys, they did it with Bayonetta for like the standard like Devil May Cry style shooter. They just totally made it amazing.
Yes.
They did this with the shooters. It's like, what's next? Fucking RPGs?
Yeah, I mean, they're just like, we can do anything.
Yeah, it's like,
they're like, I don't know if you've seen my enormous dong. You all would like to come and take a look at this. I mean, it is one of those things where they're just kind of like going to different genres, and they're like, just in case you're curious, this is how you do it. Yeah. If any of you guys would like to take,
we're going to spend a little bit of brain power and think of some stuff, and then we'll put it in there, and it'll be pretty awesome.
This is our take on this one.
Yeah.
Our big guys are on to the next thing, but you might want to take a look at this.
It's just like playing this game. Like there are very few games where I have to put the game down between a level, and like Dead Space was one.
Yep.
Where I had I was like in this game, like I played a level, and I'm like. And I put it down, and I do some email or something. Yeah. I have to like come down from this game.
It's true. Because and that's the thing, especially where you get to like difficult levels or boss levels where you'll die 2 or 3 times, and you're just like, when you die, you're like, oh my fucking, like I just fought that guy for 10 minutes, you know, and I know I'm going to redo it again.
Yeah.
But like this time, I'm going to whoop his ass.
Yeah.
And it was like it definitely does have that thing where like you know you feel like the controller creak a little bit.
Yeah.
In your hand. You're like it's just going to explode.
And like that's the thing, I haven't felt that kind of game for a pretty long time.
No,
where I need to take a break or I need to have this, and it's just like it takes me, it totally immerses me into the game. It totally takes me out of the element. It's just like since we play 4 or 5 games every week,
right?
Like seriously, like when's the last time?
Well, I mean, if you look at the games this week. I didn't start playing any of these games until I beat Vanquish.
Wow!
Like I was playing Vanquish, and I'd come home from work every night, and I just like it wasn't even like I'd walk in and I'd just like put my bag down and turn on the thing. It was just like Vanquish.
Well, so I had Vanquish and Fallout at the same time, so I would play Fallout to come down from Vanquish. Seriously, I played all of Act 1. I'm like, holy crap! And then by the end of Act 1, I'm like, I'm gonna play something that. Right. Makes me feel okay for the rest, the next couple of days.
So you can actually like be walking around a little bit without the world exploding in your face.
And I did that with Act 2, and then now I'm like so deep into Fallout. Like I haven't actually finished Act 3 yet, but I'm kind of itching it. But I know the moment I sit down to play Act 3, like there goes 4 hours, like 3 hours, right?
Yeah, it's true.
So how's Act 3 compared to Act 1 and 2?
Every act gets more epic. Every act gets more epic.
Act 2, like going up that.
Yeah, that hillside.
Yeah.
I mean, it just becomes this thing because you're doing kind of like the final assault on the enemy base. So, I mean, there's huge ships coming in, and there's just all. I mean, it ratchets up and up and up and up and up.
Man,
and I honest to God have no complaints. Like for this game is fucking perfect at what it is.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, I could probably ding it on some of like the voice acting and all that if they did it too much. But the thing is, they did it so perfectly as far as the sheer amount. Like seriously, like I can't even ding it for that.
No,
it's like
no
Platinum Games, fucking awesome.
Go get this right now. Absolutely worth every penny.
Yeah, I mean it's going to easily make my top 5, and I don't know where in the top 5 yet.
Yeah, but it's up there. I mean, this is one of the games to have this year, and it's on both major consoles.
Absolutely.
So no matter what kind of a fanboy you are,
you can play it unless you're a Wii fanboy. It's not going to be a Wii.
Are there really Wii fanboy? I mean, I guess there are, but there's usually like. I don't know.
Very few, right?
Yeah, they don't usually say like you see these assholes that'll get on YouTube and they're like, "How do you like that, Xbox faggots? We got this other game and you don't have this one. We got this on PS3." It's not like anybody in the Wii is just like
it's like Mario Kart, bitches.
Yeah, exactly. They're not just like, "Do you have Kirby, son? What's up, bitch? Your PS3 can't handle these pixels. Look at this fucking 17 polygons." I mean, we both love the Wii. Wait, no, that still doesn't work. No.
We both love Nintendo's console.
Right, yes.
Quite a bit.
Nintendo's
home console, yes.
Because we know that you guys are just going to play a loop of me being like, I love the Wii.
We love our Wii.
Yeah, we're big fans of Wii.
Yeah. But I know, so it's Vanquish, pretty awesome. Yes. Next game is on the Wii.
Speaking of Wii.
Kirby's Epic Yarn.
Yes.
So this was like the game for E3 from Nintendo's presentation.
Yeah.
Like I saw that, I'm like, I fell in love. It was the perfect art style, awesome platforming.
Right.
How'd it turn out?
So this game is very interesting because what happened was I started playing it, and I got to tell you, for maybe the first hour and a half, I was like, I am not impressed. Like I was playing through it, and
really,
because it was so childish and easy at first that I was just kind of like jumping through, and it was cute and it was clever, but there was no challenge at all for the first hour and a half for me.
Really? Because for me, like the first half hour of it, I was just enthralled.
Oh, really?
Well, just because I was like, and I understand it wasn't difficult, but it's just the art style, everything. I'm like, oh, cool, you can push everything together. Yeah. Oh, cool, you can do this. And about 45 minutes in, then I started saying like, oh, it's kind of easy.
Yeah.
You can't die in this game.
No, not at all. But the thing is the whole point of each level is to collect a certain amount of gems that gives you a gold medal.
Yep.
And then what happens is your head starts to wrap around this principle of, you can't die. You could just stand there and the enemies just whoop the shit out of you.
Yeah.
But then after about 2 hours, this game gets a lot more interesting,
Really?
where
Okay.
the levels start to get really challenging, and all of the, like you could just run through the level end to end, you'll get a silver medal.
Yeah.
But what happens is you'll go through in the dark, and then as you hit an enemy, it lights up the level, and you see over here there's secrets, and there's more gems over here, and there's like secret, like going behind the curtain and going up over here, and then the levels start to really step up.
But here's the thing, right? It's like for I remember how you like in games, like with Devil May Cry, things like that. If you can get to the end of the level without an S, you're okay. For the most part, right? Like, you're like, I don't have to get every single collectible. I don't have to get every coin. I don't have to get any star.
That would normally be true if, like, there is a, like, if I'm fighting people to get from A to B, then I'm just like, okay, I beat them all up and I got to the end, and it's primarily a fighting game.
Sure, yeah.
But this one is primarily a gem collecting game. Like, that is not the goal. To get to the end is not even a game, right? Like, you just walk in one direction.
Pretty much, yeah.
But the levels are like, there's this line, and then above it is this labyrinth.
Yeah, or actually inside of it. Inside of it a lot of times. Yeah.
So in this case, like, my whole goal is, like, if I finished a level and I didn't have a gold, I would immediately hit retry.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Because that's the game.
You never do that.
That's the game, though. That's the entire
that.
game. That's all that you're trying to do.
Because I do that.
Yeah.
But I didn't do that with this game.
Why not?
It was too easy.
It's easy at first.
Yeah, I know. But then at a certain point when it starts getting hard,
yeah,
and I didn't get all the stars, I'm like, meh. which is totally opposite, right?
That is weird. That is strange.
This is a very polarizing game for me, because I totally expected you to be like, it's too easy. I just kept on going to the end, and it's just like, whatever. And for me, it's just like, I really didn't feel like collecting all the stuff, because it's like, it's cute.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Yeah.
No, seriously, like getting the stuff you put in your house or whatever, right? You decorate, and you get those pieces, and I'm like, eh.
Oh, I didn't care about that. I mean, I don't care about like the collecting shit
okay.
for my house. Like, I cared about the fact that if you unlock a bunch of levels, then you unlock challenge levels where it's like, get 300 gems in 20 seconds, or get from A to B.
But even those you
minute.
never care about, right? Like, for the most part, like speed trials. Seriously, like, when's the last time you were like, yeah, man, speed trials?
Yeah,
seriously.
That's true. That's true. I like. I mean, I like a challenge. The way that these levels kind of felt challenging to me felt the way that, like, the old Spyro games were challenging, where I liked to go through the whole Spyro level and find, all of the...
You'd actually do that in Spyro?
Oh, yeah.
Really? Okay.
I would get all the gems. Like, Spyro would, like, they'd hide gems every... I mean, like, because that's my... I don't know. If something is pointless...
Yeah.
if it's just like a secondary thing where your entire goal in this game is you're like in God of War, right? So say there's collectibles in God of War, I wouldn't care, because God of War is primarily a fighting game.
Okay.
But in something like Ratchet and Clank or something like Spyro, the whole thing in that is the exploration. Like, those levels are designed around clever jumping and clever...
Or getting to spots you can't get it to. Yeah, which is...
Like, I feel like I've defeated that game designer when I get through a level in Kirby and I get a gold, where I'm just like, all right, I fucking found all your hidden shit.
Yeah.
Because
that
is the whole game.
But what about games like Super Mario Galaxy, where, like, you get a certain number of stars and you're done? Or, like, those have speed trials. Those have, like, get all 5 red coins. So those have all...
I do those to a point, right? Like, I do. I mean, for Mario, I try and get as many stars as I can. But I mean, like, out of whatever it ends up, was it 240 for this last
There's
one?
a lot, and they get hard.
Yeah, they get
ridiculous.
super. Like, I'll do, like, I'll try to max out as I move along. But
yeah, because it's just really curious to me, because, like, this is the least. This is the game that I would least expect you to be excited about, getting all this. Because it didn't excite me. And for me, like, I'm all about collecting. I'm all about completing everything within a certain amount of time. Like, we'll talk about the game next week, Super Meat Boy. I was all about that game.
Yeah.
But for this one, it's just like, yeah, it's cute. Yeah, it's kind of hard. But not really, right? Because you never have to restart. It's not hard. It's not.
You got to restart if you didn't get a gold.
But then it feels to me like work. Like, for you, it's just like, I beat the level designer. I found my way to get over here. I'm just like, it's just stars. Like, what does it get me? It doesn't get me anything.
Why does
Kirby
that...
can't jump higher,
But I mean,
you can't suck more stuff in.
You go through the levels, and you'll shape change into, like, the dude with the fire hose, or you'll go into, like, become a submarine. You'll do it. I mean, they kept it varied such that the gameplay was pretty interesting.
But those are like kind of novelties for me, almost.
Yeah.
Right? It's just like, okay, I think it's because there's no pain. It's because there's no penalty to death in this game that almost kills it to me as, like, because I consider myself a hardcore version of platforming because I kind of do all that dumb stuff that nobody, casual players typically don't do. It's like for me, it's just like they took away the pain, so it's just like it's cute, it's interesting, but it's just like any moron can do it. Like anybody can do it. Any baby could finish the level, not necessarily catch all the things, right?
That's true. They could finish. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like there's no challenge.
Yeah. Yeah,
this is weird.
It is unusual. Like we're unpredictable gamers. You never know. It's like rolling the fucking dice with us.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying it's like if I come to my best games I've played this year. I'm not saying it like blew me away.
Yeah. But you really got a lot of.
I did. I played a lot. I mean, I've played. I'm on like the 5th world. You play through
like
all the levels and get a new world. All the levels get a new. So I mean, I've played through a good amount of the game.
And you're still? Do you think you'll beat it though? Is it that kind of?
I might. I mean, the thing is they're being very clever about keeping the games innovative. Like they'll have ghost levels where you can't see the whole thing, or they'll have sand levels and water levels and this level and that level, and the. I would say that there's certain things that I mean it's still not like a hardcore game, right? I mean, like any of the boss battles are just mind-numbingly stupid.
Yeah,
like they're really
you shoot until, yeah, exactly.
But I find the level exploration really fun, and I think that it's very clever because they keep doing all these interesting things with mechanics where you're changing stuff like it's fabric.
To me, like I liked it, and I liked it for a certain amount of time, and then I got kind of bored with it.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's like it's still a good game, and I'm going to say rental.
Yeah,
because you should check it out. Because I love the idea of making a game based on fabric from a art style design.
Right.
From a game design standpoint, for me, like 4 hours probably. Is
I mean, I'm saying rental too. I mean, I'm like I'm not because I mean the thing is once I play through this, I'm never ever going to go back. But it's. I don't know. I think it's very clever and it's fun exploration.
You're very strong. Thumbs up.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good game. Like, I don't think it's worth. I don't think that you necessarily need to buy it to experience.
Sure,
it, right? Because
that makes
I'm probably
sense.
going to beat the whole thing in like 6 hours.
Yeah, that makes sense. And for me, like if you're looking for a platformer that you like watch next week. We'll talk about a platformer next week. So next up, Lufia, Curse of the Sinistrals. Did you ever figure out what a Sinistral was?
I didn't, and I don't care. I don't know why this is on the list.
Well, it's on the list because, personally, I just want to warn people away from this game.
Yeah.
Because I played it, because I took a travel, I went to BlizzCon. Oh, shit, at some point we got to talk about BlizzCon. Yeah, I went to BlizzCon, so I had some time, so I played a couple of DS games. This one was Lufia Curse of the Sinistrals, which was apparently was it a GBA or SNES? One of the two, right?
Yeah, one of those old
some of the old game, they said they remade it, but it's kind of an action RPG, which I thought I'd get really excited about, but the controls suck. They're terrible. Really bad.
So I borrowed your copy.
Yeah.
And I was done even trying this game out in
5 seconds?
in about 30 minutes. Where I mean the thing is it's almost like a caricature of a bad RPG where the game JRPG because the game starts out and you're just like, we must defeat the thing. Oh, look, there happens to be a platform to the thing, and they go walk, and it's just like something explodes, and somebody else shows up, and they're like, I'm the bad guy. They're just like, let's hop on our ship.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing. I'm just walking through, and it's like, normally you at least try.
Yeah.
Like you'll try and make some sort of backstory that's interesting or good voice. I mean, like this is just they're just like. I don't know, there should be a young dude. I guess he likes a girl and there's a village.
Yeah, and there's a bad guy who says, I want to destroy everyone because I'm bad.
Because I'm bad.
Because I'm evil.
Yeah,
and that's what evil people do, of course.
It's just fucking stupid.
I mean, the thing is, like, it just goes back to, like, 80s, back in the day, when it's just like, okay, well, we were kids, we enjoyed that kind of stuff. I know, the guy in black, he's bad person. The guy with the little kid, he's the good person. He has, whatever. But, come on. Like, mix it up a little bit.
Oh, God, it was bad.
Make him emo or something, right? I mean...
And I know I've still got it in me to like JRPGs because I really enjoyed Dragon Quest IX.
All right.
I did.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Dragon Quest IX was
like
pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah. I mean, so it was really fun to do at PAX multiplayer, and I played a whole bunch of it single player. I mean, like, it's definitely not my favorite genre anymore.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. But done well.
But done well, it can be good. I mean, but this is just bottom of the barrel bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like harkening back to the day. So I'm just more warning everybody, if you really like, maybe if you really like the original and you want to play the original, play the original.
Yeah.
Don't play this game. Stay away.
Yeah. Very bad.
Next up, Rock Band 3.
Rock Band 3? I haven't gotten this yet.
Yeah, so I've been checking it out. I got the game only.
Yeah.
I did not get the keyboard, so can't really talk about the keyboard.
Yeah.
But, so I mainly want to talk about it because I want to wait for my review. I just want to say, like, hold on for the review of Rock Band 3.
Right.
I don't want to spend too much time on
When
it.
the Pro Guitar comes out.
When the Pro Guitar comes out. Because that's what I want to give a try, right? But guess what?
What?
So the guitar with the buttons on the fret, which I'm actually not interested in.
With you mean like all the million buttons?
With a million buttons, like 6 buttons on each fret and all the way down.
You're not interested in that?
No.
Why not?
I'll tell you why. Well, that one...
Wait, but why?
Let me just... Hold on.
Well, let me interrupt you with a question.
No.
But why is it...
So that one, it's a Mustang. It's $150. I'm not interested in it.
You're not interested in that one?
It comes out...
Why? What a terrible co-host.
It comes out at the end of the month. It doesn't even come out at the same time, so I can't even play Pro Guitar now.
Yeah.
I play Pro Keyboards, but I was never really interested in keyboards.
I'm getting. I care about that,
So
but I
you'll
haven't
still
gotten it yet.
probably get it. Okay,
Yeah.
so I didn't get the keyboard. I got the game. I've been playing it. It's Rock Band.
Yeah, sure.
It's
Rock
the
Band's
same
good.
stuff.
I mean, whatever,
it's got
it's
Bohemian
fun.
Rhapsody.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome. But it's Rock Band. Nothing really interesting. Whatever.
More voice tracks now, right? Like
Well, it's the same as Beatles, where you get more voice tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can play a lot of people at once, which is kind of cool. But it's Rock Band. So if you're not interested in the Pro keyboards and you want to do the guitar stuff and the Pro stuff, don't get the game right now.
Right.
Now I told you the Mustang guitar. I wasn't getting it, right?
Yeah.
Because I want the real guitar
Oh, with the strings?
with the real strings.
Yeah.
$280.
I still don't understand how that's possible. Like,
I don't know how it works either.
I mean, what the fuck?
Well, it's a real MIDI guitar.
Yeah.
Because not only that, you have to pay $280 for this guitar.
Right.
The Squire, Fender Squire, I think it is. And you also have to buy the $40 MIDI adapter.
Yeah.
So it's $320, and it comes out in March.
Fuck.
March of
They
next
really
year.
couldn't get their shit together, could they?
No, it's just like, we're going to make another Rock Band, maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. God,
So
I still don't understand how that's going to work. But I mean, I actually am looking forward to the videos that are going to come out on YouTube where like these people will probably teach themselves on the other guitar with like all the buttons, and then they'll be ready for the Pro guitar that comes out.
But you don't have to be ready for with the Pro guitar. If you play it on the Pro guitar,
Yeah.
and you unplug it from the Xbox or whatever, and you plug it into
an amp. Yeah.
you're playing the song.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
That's the beauty. That's
is pretty
what I want
badass.
to be able. I want to be able to play all of those songs, and then or try to. Right?
Yeah. God, that's going to be weird. I am so curious to see. I mean, like, because the whole getting the strumming and stuff is going to be really interesting to see how they pull it
So
off.
have you seen some of the things? So they actually show some of the notes going by on
Yeah.
some of the things, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous. It's like 9, 13, 11, 9. It's just like.
Are there any
flying
videos
past.
out there of people playing like real string guitars to Rock Band? or
I've
is
only
that not-
seen the Rock Band part. I haven't seen people playing it at the same time. Like,
Yeah.
they don't have that sort of thing, but it's out. I mean, they've actually had Engadget's reviewed it. A bunch of people have reviewed it. They say
Yeah.
it's really awesome.
So they're saying the detection's good.
They say. Even with the button one, the Mustang.
I am totally coming to your house when you spend the $7,000 to get that shit, and I'll
But when
see
I
how
heard
awesome
it was, but when I heard it's $320, I mean,
It's a real guitar, man. Guitars are expensive. You know, some plastic body guitar with strings on it.
I know, but it's just like, but seriously, like if I don't like it or I get tired of it, that's
That's
a
gonna
big
suck.
investment. Like, because I could have spent $300 on the Ion drum kit, but then I was close. I was just like, maybe, but then I thought, like, how much space that takes up.
Yeah.
How long am I really going to play Rock Band until I get bored of it?
And you chose wisely because you have not been playing much Rock Band.
No,
right?
I didn't. So unless, like, maybe if I had like a lot of people over all the time to play
Yeah.
it would have been a good investment. For work, we got it.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's the best thing ever. But
I am genuinely looking forward to the Pro stuff when it's coming out. Like, I think that's going to be super fun.
So will you get the Mustang or will you get the other one?
I don't know. We'll see. I'll play with yours when you fucking shell out that
See,
cash.
that's the thing with $320. At this point now, I'm like, I don't want the Pro keyboard.
Yeah.
I don't want the Pro drums. I want the Pro guitar for $320. I'm not going to do it. They've priced me out.
Really? So you're pretty sure that you're actually
$320, dude. Like, seriously.
It's a real guitar!
But
you could then hop on a stage and play as part of a band.
So I have a pretty nice acoustic guitar at home that I never play.
Yeah.
And I know how to play guitar for the most part. I just don't know how to play like Crazy Train. Like, I don't know how to play those.
Sure.
So I'm making a investment to learn how to play guitar for real.
Yeah.
And I just don't know if I'm going to do it.
Yeah, we'll see. Now Etrian Odyssey 3, I can't believe that you went on a shitty DS game spree.
Dude, like, look, I saw it, I'm like, okay, I can play all these games that I've already have, like Layton maybe or stuff like that. But,
asshole!
But I had NooBTooB to worry about. NooBTooB was like, you've got to play some of these new games, and I'm going to be playing a lot of Vegas, so I got to play some other stuff, right?
Yeah.
So,
Professor Layton is so sad at you. He's sitting right over there, he's just like, you fucking asshole, you're playing Etrian Odyssey, and I'm sitting right here.
It was only 2 or 3 hours, on this flight, and I had to review some stuff. So I did an hour of Curse of the Sinistrals, and I said, fuck that game. This one, actually, I kind of got into, which was weird.
Shut up.
Dude, I started playing it.
Wait, how many free drinks did you have on the plane?
Okay, so I had about 22-ounce beer before I left. So I was a little toasty, from pizza, beer, whatever.
Sure.
But I was playing Etrian Odyssey. It's just like, okay, it's kind of one of those. It reminds me of like Wizardry. Do you remember those old ass RPGs
where it's like step?
That's exactly it, right? Yeah. I mean, it's basically Wizardry back in the day, but slightly better graphics.
Not much,
dude. This is Etrian Odyssey 3, and it still looks like shit.
Dude, I played the last Etrian Odyssey. It was garbage.
Like Commodore 64 graphics, terrible graphics.
I know,
right? But.
So what? What would possibly keep you playing?
The cartography parts are something about it, like tickles some OCD aspect of it.
They could have just given you a real map, right? There's no challenge in drawing the map.
It's not challenge, but it's just like, look, I have a blank space and I'm filling it myself, and I'm like, ooh, there's a blank space over here I haven't been to yet. Turn. Ooh, fight somebody. Turn, fight. Oh, I got there. Ooh, and I draw a line, and I'm like, something about that.
That's the gaming equivalent of popping bubble wrap.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And it kind of lasts about a couple of hours.
Yeah.
When you're drunk.
Yeah.
So I kind of enjoyed it. I was kind of getting into it, and then I started playing. Maybe I started sobering up. No, seriously, I was just like, what the fuck am I doing?
So it's like, it never became less fun. You just got more ashamed of yourself.
I think that was it.
Where you're just like, I'm sad at you, Yuzo.
Yeah, it's kind of like an equivalent like one night stand with a fat girl,
right?
Right? It's
yeah,
just
exactly.
Like, you wake up and you're like,
like start chewing your arm off. You're like, pray to God she doesn't wake up.
Shut off. So yeah, but the thing is,
you're like, weren't you thinner last night?
What did you eat from then and then?
Did you snack all night while I was sleeping? Damn it.
So yeah, so that's what I felt about this game, but it's just like, I think if you kind of have the weird OCD, because I think some of you guys out there might have that OCD complex, give it a try, see if you can rent it from somewhere.
Yeah.
Because you might like it for a couple of hours.
Who was super into Persona? Was that Top Hat?
A couple people.
Like a bunch of, like, if
I
you
like
got,
Persona.
I do too. I'm just saying that, but I mean, like, they were really, like, it's
they
like,
finished it?
It's like it's like the Persona and the Pokemon and like the like, if you're super anal, maybe a touch of Asperger's and or autism.
Yeah, if you have a little bit of that,
right,
give this game a try.
Sure.
But for the most part, like after 2 hours, after I sobered up, I was just like, seriously, like, what am I playing this game for?
I don't know.
You were berating me the entire time.
Yeah, of course I was. I was just like, because I mean, you're sitting there on Twitter, you're just like, I'm playing Etrian Odyssey. I wonder if this will be any good. I'm just like, all caps. I'm like, play Layton, you fuck stick. God damn it.
I did play a little bit late on the way back.
That's good. Layton is still awesome.
Yes. So, new releases. This is a busy week,
Let me just go ahead and recap. Vanquish is fucking awesome.
Yes. Kirby is pretty good.
Yeah. It's fun.
And everything else. Yeah.
But pause the game and go to Amazon and one-click Vanquish and then come back.
If you're going to play any one game this year, we don't say this very often.
Seriously, play Vanquish.
Vanquish.
Because I'm terrified that it's not going to do all that well. Because
Bayonetta did so-so,
It did so-so. But yeah, I mean, those people were like, yeah, well, I like Call of Duty. I'm not sure if I want to play those robots.
Better yet. The sad thing is, I could totally imagine like a good portion of the gaming populace actually saying that.
Yeah, they're like, what is this shit? I never watched Robotech because I'm too young.
I only watch G.I. Joe, that's it!
Yeah, that's right.
But the thing is, like, for fuck's sake, even if you doubt our word, which you shouldn't,
no,
go get the demo, because that demo will convince you.
It will.
And if it doesn't, then don't play it, but you're wrong.
Also, you're dead to me.
Yes.
If you don't like that demo, you and I.
Done. Yeah, we're actually going to block you from watching these future videos.
Let me, like, block, banned. So, new releases, we got to kind of rush through these. So,
God of War Ghost of Sparta.
God of War Ghost of Sparta, so...
I like the other PSP God of War game, so I'm going to get this, but I'm actually traveling this weekend, so...
Perfect.
I will give it a try then.
Yeah.
Because, it's that or Layton.
Right. Dick. I'm just gonna take all of your consoles hostage and just you'll have I'm gonna do a super glue Layton in the back of your DS. You're like, what?
And then I just think like playing Plants vs. Zombie on my iPhone, you know.
You have such resistance to good games.
I like
Breaks
Layton.
my heart.
It's just one of those games where it's just like I know when I get into, I'm going to play for 4 hours.
Yeah, that's true.
So
like the length of a flight,
basically.
for example. So next up is Goldeneye 007 coming out on the Wii and DS only.
Yeah, well, screw the DS version.
Yeah, well,
like, whatever.
Yeah, what's really fun is shooting games on the DS. Oh! God damn, I hate tapping. Like there's that, and then like it's the same as like on the PSP when you're trying to like turn using the
face buttons.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
Oh,
yeah,
that's the worst.
So hopefully they won't be like that. But GoldenEye on the Wii, we looked at some of the videos and it.
For a Wii game, it looks really good.
It looks phenomenal. It's like maybe 20 pixels. Oh, sorry, like polygons at least.
Yeah, I mean, the screen just looks packed with polygons. I mean, it's a standard kind of. You're obviously gonna be running around with the left stick, and then the right stick you're shooting. And they've got some nice stuff where you like zoom in with sniper rifles and do whatever else.
The thing that actually kind of freaks me out about this game is that GoldenEye originally is just like that's the game that everybody played in college or whatever
on the N64.
On the N64, and it was the multiplayer game that everybody was excited about. So they're thinking, oh, multiplayer. Okay, well we got the license. We're going to actually do this. Multiplayer on the Wii?
So they're doing it the way that what they're focusing on. I don't know how much the online multiplayer is going to be, but what they're doing, I've seen a bunch of videos, is they're focusing on what people were addicted to in college. The four-person split screen. So you have 4 Wiimotes, and 4 people are playing.
Wait, but 4 Wiimotes? What?
It's
got to be. Oh, you know what they probably do is they probably make it so it's like Doom. And you have to use the. You have to, right?
Oh yeah.
There's no way to have 4.
No, yeah, you can't. Oh,
well, no, wait. Can you? Wait, I'm just trying to think. Can you actually put point 4?
I mean, I guess you could, right? I mean, like they could detect
at least 2. I know you
because you can do 2 players playing at a time.
I've never seen a.
Wow,
this is an interesting technical.
Oh, my head just exploded.
But seriously, can you imagine pointing at your quadrant
like
of the
4 dudes
screen
are like, "Fuck you!"
No!
Yeah,
no, yeah. So
actually, it'd be kind of fun. I mean, I don't know.
You really will need those straps, I guess.
Yeah, we're smacking each other with the remote. So I mean, we'll see. I mean,
I'm not actually that. I mean, I'll give it a try, but it's not like kind of top of my list.
Well, I didn't have the college nostalgia. Like for me, in college was all about LMCTF, like Quake 2 and Counter Strike.
Mine was Doom, and then
you're
like
so old,
dude. I'm like 2 years older than you.
In gamer years, that's like 14 years.
It's pretty much Doom, Counter Strike.
Yeah,
right?
Well,
for the most part.
Doom, Quake 2.
You're right.
But yeah, so those are the games. Like we were bigger into PC gaming. I would, and I played StarCraft, played those other ones. I didn't do too much console gaming in college.
No, I actually couldn't afford a console.
Yeah. I played my buddy's Soul Calibur and stuff.
Yeah, actually, I did borrow a Genesis for a little while, freshman year. But so that's that. The next one up is interesting. James Bond double. So this is 2 James Bond games in the same week.
I am astonished that they're doing this.
Thank you, Activision. We really wanted that.
Activision's good at this whole game thing.
Well, they do make a lot of money.
They never make any mistakes. So James Bond 007 Bloodstone. So we were both just like, oh god, a 007 game, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. And it's made by what are the guys? Bizarre Creations.
Bizarre Creations.
Who did all the Project Gotham, I think, right?
And Geometry Wars.
Yeah.
So we went and we watched some videos of this, and both you and I were sitting there watching the videos. We're like, oh, this
looks kind of good.
Okay, okay. So there's stealth elements and cover elements and sniper elements, fighting elements, over the shoulder,
and it looks really good.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like kind of like a mix between Splinter Cell and almost like Kane and Lynch and some other just kind of the standard running, gunning. Crouching,
and with cover, but there's like some stealth elements. What's weird too is like because it's Bizarre Creations. Apparently, there's also vehicular. I can't even say that word. Yeah. Vehicular combat.
Yeah. So you're doing like shooting out cars and like battling. I saw there was a clip of him riding a boat
of some sort,
but we couldn't tell if that's actually going to be in the game or not.
Yeah, I kind of hope it is. But I'm actually going to give this a try now because I know Bizarre Creations they do a good job.
They do. So I went from not at all being interested to being. See, here's the thing with James Bond. So I love James Bond. I've always loved James Bond. I've been huge into James Bond movies, and what usually happens is this franchise, I love it, it shits on my face. I love it, it shits on my face, right? Yeah. So it's like, I did not like Pierce Brosnan.
What?
Did not like Pierce Brosnan at all.
Oh, come on.
Did not like him. Because the thing is I think he might have been a decent Bond, but the movies were so bad that it pulled me out of it. Like,
GoldenEye was pretty good.
Goldeneye was okay.
Yeah.
But, I mean, which was the one where they had Denise Richards as a rocket scientist?
Oh, like something Christmas. Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like,
that was, but no, typically a lot of Bonds are like every other.
There were 3 Brosnan movies, weren't there?
Yeah, I think so.
So 1 was good and 2 were anus. I didn't like.
You're right.
So then I had the same problem with Daniel Craig, where I really like Casino Royale, did not like Quantum of Solace.
But see, I don't think it's a question of the Bond. I think it's a question of the series. It's like Star Trek, where almost every other one is bad.
Yeah, that's
typically,
true.
right?
I'm just saying that right now, the last taste in my mouth is Quantum of Solace.
Oh, that was terrible.
I hated that movie.
Yeah.
So what happens is this movie comes out, I'm like, James Bond, meh. But if this James Bond movie come out right after Casino Royale, I'll be like, fuck yeah, James Bond, I love you so much.
But if it's every other one, like the Star Treks, that means that this one will be good, because it's a video game. Because who knows? Maybe the next James Bond is James Bond 007 Bloodstone. We don't know.
It might be, and that would be a vastly superior title to Quantum of Solace.
So I hope this is good, because I'm really
excited. Point is we're both going to play this because it looks really interesting.
Yes.
Next up is the Kinect is coming out.
Yeah, so it's coming out in a couple of days from when we record. It'll all be out by the time. Pretty much for me, it's Dance Central. I am so excited about Dance Central.
I am ashamed to admit that I'm also excited for Dance Central.
And the yoga game.
And the what?
The yoga game.
Yoga, and the fitness one, right?
Yeah.
So I'm very curious to try out Kinect. I was very let down by the Move. I felt like it was a non-event, and I felt the games that I played with the Move were really unimpressive.
I feel with Move, it's just like it's going to take some time.
Yeah.
For some good games to come out, but the games that came out with, I like table tennis. That's about it.
Yeah, I'll play the one with the fucking Asian dude in the shopping cart.
Dude,
or no, he wasn't the shopping cart. It was the chair.
So
it was the chair.
What was it, Hong Kong something? Fooey? Or I don't remember what it was.
That's so racist.
I know,
that you would say
is.
That. It was like Kung
his
Fu.
name was Tobin, right?
Yeah, that's right. It's Kung Fu Chair Hustle.
Yes. So it's Kinect's coming out.
Yeah, so
that's the main game I'm getting
It's got a couple games at launch, and we'll see how many of them we do. Because I mean, the thing is, it's like it's $150 to get it, and the game's on top of that. So we'll trickle out releases as we get them.
Yeah, we'll give them a try. So
next up, Fist of the North Star, Kin's Rage. So Fist of the North Star is an old school game.
Dude, it's really old.
It's really old. It was NES, wasn't it? Or,
I think there were some NES games back in the day.
We went and looked. We're like, I wonder what this game is.
It could be good.
It could be interesting.
Or it could be a Dynasty Warriors ripoff.
It's fucking 99 Nights again. It's Dynasty Warriors again.
What is it? It's like, look, I've been reading some news articles about, Kaiji Inafune, like leaving Capcom and saying, basically screaming that the Japanese game development industry is dead. They are just going down, and this is why.
This is it. You're killing Japanese games with this bullshit. Because the thing is like, you get Japanese gamers that play them out of habit. They're like, okay, that's what they think they like.
Yeah.
But no one in the rest of the world buys these games. No one buys them.
There's a few otaku in the U.S. who are probably all over that shit.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's like nobody else. And like they're going down. You look at the overall dollars that are spent on video games, it's Europe and the U.S. now.
Right. I mean, it's just like Final Fantasy XIV has been getting very, very bad reviews because it's like overly complex, overly
very
unfun,
grindy.
very grindy, very Japanese.
Yep.
The JRPG stuff that's been coming out, if you look at things like Lufia and these other JRPGs that have been coming out, have been garbage. Like Dragon Quest is an exception.
Yeah,
but I mean,
it's like very few games are like, you look at Platinum, they're doing the right thing.
Right.
Some of Capcom stuff where they're actually buying Western developers to make like Dead Rising 2 and things like that. It's like, okay, they're kind of getting it, sort of.
But they're hurting. They really need like kind of like a wake up call to decide a new kind of gaming is fun.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
So donations.
Yeah. So
we have 2 new best friends this week.
Yes. Thank you very much to Robert
and Nom.
They're very generous donations.
Very generous donations. Like we've said, so we actually had our PO box today. Our bill came up a couple $100 for a year's worth of PO box. So yet again, you guys. Your donations keep us running. Thank you very much, Robert and Nam, and the rest of you guys can go to our front page, and there's a button on the right-hand side that says donations.
Yes, and help us out. And Shoop winner of 105 is
Civil War
by Beatles Ghost.
Yes.
So Eat Lead is shit.
Eat Lead is the shit. Greatest game ever made in the history of mankind.
Yeah, do you want to do one, or I don't know?
Sure. Yeah, we can do this.
So, so we do some voicemails. Give us a call, 888-233-8480. But here is...
Vanet.
Hey, Tobin and Yuzo. This is Vanet from Australia, and I'm calling in response to your review of Sonic 4. This is mainly for users' interest, but there's a fan-made Sonic game that released a demo recently called Sonic Fan Remix that plays and looks like Sonic 4 should have. You really need to check it out. The site is sonicfanremix.com. Yow.
So I did a little bit of research on this. I had heard about it.
Yeah.
I saw some of the videos.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's
exactly what Sonic fans have been waiting for.
This is what Sonic should have been.
Should have been, yeah.
So do you know, is it like a free or is it buy?
So there's a demo. Actually, I haven't had a chance to try it yet.
Okay.
But if you go to, just do a search for Sonic Fan Remix.
Yeah.
You go to the website and you can click download. You can download the demo.
Okay.
I have no idea how Sega's going to work out. Like, dude, they can't sell it.
Yeah, I was going to say that they do not own this. You can't just go and make a Sonic game.
I'm going to make Mario World 4.
Yeah.
So,
that's the thing, is you can't just show up and just take somebody's IP like that. So, we're very curious to see. I mean, I guess if you make a free game, they're probably not going to come after you.
Well, they still could.
Might.
They still can. And actually, but like, remember with King's Quest, they totally shut down that thing. I think now it's going to be released, but yeah, they totally shut down for a little while.
Which is fucked up, because that was the thing. It's like, they're not even making King's Quest games. Like, all these guys were saying is like, we love your franchise.
Yeah.
Let us continue it on with joy and care, and they're just like, eat a dick.
Yeah, it's just like, look, if you give them a license or spend a little bit of time to give them a license so they don't get, because it's big about the copyright laws are fucked up, and that's why they do.
You have to defend it when it comes up. Yeah.
But if you just do a little bit of work and you actually give it to them, guess what? It actually might raise interest and then sell copies of your old game.
Right. Exactly.
Like, seriously. So
yeah, that's it. So
that's it for our show for the week. Please,
you should play it, and maybe in a week or two you'll let us know how it is.
Absolutely. That's our show for the week. Please check out our website at NooBTooB.com and participate in our forum by clicking the community tab at the top of the page.
Hell yeah, and if you're watching this video on YouTube, there's a subscription button right up here. Also, rate this video by giving a big old thumbs up on my nads. Hi! That's all for this episode. I'm Tobin Kozaire.
And I'm Yuzo Watanabe. Audio engineering is done by Range Hose Before Bros Strunk.
That's not right.
That's not right. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
Wow!
Yeah.
I think I may have made this headset worse.
Really?
It's all slidey. Whatever.
Ghetto.
Okay. People already yell at me.
For what? Oh, for
on the episode. They're like, "Stop touching your fucking headset."